Do you sometimes feel like love is a scam? I know I do, sometimes. When you look at the happenings on social media, especially if you look at the month of September and October, there was so much drama, there was so much fighting, there was so much quarrel and embarrassing situations between people who used to love each other, and suddenly they're turning on each other. And it was so entertaining to some people, but at the same time, other people were watching and they were wondering, so is love a scam? Friends were turning into enemies, supposed lovers and best friends were turning into people who were exposing each other's secrets and each other's private matters. It was just an entire mess, but the question kept coming back to my mind. Is love a scam? How do you go from a place of saying I love you to someone to completely turning against that person and becoming enemies for the entertainment of the world? Thinking about it, I believe this is actually the best time to be single in actual fact, because if you look at it, you have so much to learn from. Before social media, we had to trust our parents when they said, oh, you know, that's how it is. You're supposed to go through that. You're supposed to experience that. All men do this, all men do that. You know, we had to hold on to their word whenever they would say, oh, just persevere, just bear with it, just don't be too picky, don't buy a big car as a single woman, don't buy a house as a big woman. How can you be living by yourself as a single woman? That we had to trust their judgments, thinking they were right. But now with social media, we can learn by ourselves. We have so many resources, or should I say, if you are single, you have so many resources to learn from, so many people's experiences to learn from. People come out every day to share their stories, to ask questions about what they're going through. And I believe those are resources that you should pull from to learn and to know what you want, what you deserve, and what you definitely do not deserve. So, 5 situations when love is a scam. Number 1, if he says, I love you, but he treats other women like trash. Scam. A man that loves you not only loves you because of who you are, but treats you with respect. And he doesn't just treat you with respect because of who you are, or because you're his girlfriend, or because you're his wife. That's who he is. You know, it's in him to treat people with respect. He doesn't treat other people as if they're lesser than him. He treats people with respect. Most of the times when we find ourselves in relationships and we are dating, we focus so much on the chemistry, on the emotions, on the sparks. And that's great, right? And even if he opens the door to the car for you, or the door to the restaurant or whatever, and he treats you great, that's all right. But does it matter if he opens the door for you, but he's quick to yell at a waiter? Does it matter if he opens the door for you and it kisses the ground on which you walk, but is quick to splash water on someone just because they made a mistake? How does he treat other people around you? People that you don't even know. If he says, I love you, but he believes a woman's place is in the kitchen, scam. Yes, you guessed it right. You're going to visit him, or he's coming to visit you, and there is a constant demand or expectation to be served, to be waited on with food, all manner of dishes every single time, regardless of how tired you are, regardless of whether you want to or not, regardless of whether you are in the mood to cook or not, regardless of whether you have the money to cook or not, regardless of whether you just even feel like cooking or not. He expects it, he demands it, and therefore he must get it. A woman's place is not in the kitchen. Your place is where you want to be. If you believe that your place as an individual is in the kitchen and is in the home, then by all means, let that be that. But don't project your preferences onto other people. Don't say, oh, this is how I was raised, and so this is how it must be. No, Our parents weren't perfect. They didn't fall from heaven. They made mistakes as well. Mistakes that we are possibly learning from and trying to do better in raising our own children. So, your place is not in the kitchen. Your place is wherever you want to be. If he says, I love you, but his money is for him and his family alone, scam. I'm giving this example specifically because I saw something on Instagram at one point where this lady was talking about how she was owing some people because she got pregnant, and the pregnancy was so stressful. They were married. The pregnancy was so stressful for her that she couldn't work and her business had to shut down, and due to that, she was owing a few people up to about 600,000 naira, and she asked her husband to borrow her money to pay off the debts. And she was able to pay off 300 by herself, and she had to borrow 300 from her husband to pay off the remaining. However, the husband stopped giving her money for clothes and, personal items just because she was owing him. Even though she was pregnant and she needed change of clothes and she needed to take care of herself and she still needed to take care of the home. But the husband consistently said, oh, the money you borrowed, you are not giving me back. So because of that, I cannot give you any money. That's not the kind of love that you want. My husband had paid my debt. I can't. It's not borrowing. But you're my husband. I can't borrow. Give me. I'm always able to pay it off. you paid it off. Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. I love you too, baby. Don't worry. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Love continues. Do you get what I'm saying? No. It's not a business transaction. Unless maybe it's for you. But that is not the kind of love that you should want. If he repeatedly hurts you in different ways that you've communicated to him over and over and over, and he says to you, I love you, but I just can't help myself, scam. Once, maybe a mistake. Twice, okay, But 3 times, that's a pattern, okay? That's a pattern of bad behavior. That's a pattern of whatever behavior it is. 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times. Oh, it's going to change when we get married. I annoyed him into doing it. It was my mistake. I shouldn't have. You start to take blames and responsibilities for situations that weren't your fault to begin with. That's not the kind of love that you want. Okay, if you want to have a baby and raise a baby, get pregnant and have a baby. But you can't be being a grown human, a matured human. Well, a human that's supposed to be matured. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to be making excuses. There was another situation I saw on social media, and it was a situation of this lady saying, oh, she got pregnant for this guy, and because of that, they decided to get married, and they were going to do the introduction. And then her parents asked her to ask him if they were going to be responsible for the food from their side. And so she asked the guy, which I think, if you've planned weddings, that's a legit question. We need, okay, so is it, okay, we're going to be responsible for this. I don't see a problem with that. So she asked the guy the question, and the guy responds to her that what kind of question is that? What do they mean? And the guy goes ahead to tell his mom, and his mom says, no, his mom calls her own mom and says to her mom that, are you that poor that you cannot cater for simple introduction? Something very rude, disrespectful. And guess what? This was the shocking part for me, right? Her question was, oh, who is supposed to pay for the food, for the introduction? That people should please help her. And I was like, sis, That's not the question you should be asking. Your question should be, should I still marry this guy or not? We're not talking about food anymore. There's a problem. Can you not see that there's a behavioral problem that needs to be dealt with? Secondly, getting pregnant does not automatically equal marriage. Okay? Don't tie yourself down to a lifetime of unhappiness just because, oh, I got pregnant, just because, oh, I'm getting too old, you know, my time is ticking, my clock is ticking, I'm going to... If you've ever met someone that is miserable in a marriage, you would know that it's not just mouth, okay? It can ruin a person. Okay, and that's the thing that most times when I come on here and I try to give relationship advice and everything, I'm always trying to be careful because I know there'll be some people that will say, oh, it's easier for you to say you're already married. But see, it's not about being married. Okay, it's not about being married. It's about being happily married, in and out. From the depth of your soul, you wake up to see that person every morning and you are happy. You're not miserable. That is what marriage should be. Not all men cheat. People say that. Don't believe it. Your standards are not too high. People say that. Don't believe it. You want what you want, and that's okay. You are not being picky. People say that, don't believe it. Again, you want what you want. What I want is what I want. And that is okay. When I was going to start dating and getting married and all of that, I wanted a fine man. Okay? It was one of the things I prayed for. Okay, I wanted someone I was attracted to. I'm gonna be seeing you for the rest of my life, baby. I need to be attracted to you. That is okay. I got proposals from people I wasn't attracted to. I didn't say, oh, my time is going, my time. No, I prayed for what I wanted. I waited for what I wanted, and I got what I wanted. It's the glory of God. My point being, if you want something, you want something, and that's it. Own it with your chest. Above all, remember this. If you don't take anything away from this video, take this. It is okay. It is very much okay to choose yourself. To choose you. Above all negativity, above all societal pressures, above all disrespect that you might experience, rudeness, your clock ticking, your eggs dying, whatever it is that people say, above all of that, it is very much okay to prioritize you and to choose you. If you have questions, any questions whatsoever, please ask in the comment section and I'll do my best to get to them ASAP. I hope you learned 1 or 2 or maybe 10 things from the video. Please share if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't. Like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again very, very soon. I pray God blesses you, your homes, your marriages, your relationships. Most importantly, I pray God blesses you. Many God and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.